Bendiciones, mi gente. Ese es Open Topics con Don Armando. Yo soy Don Armando y yo tengo uno de los maestros de artes marciales, cara. Bienvenido para mi canal. Well, this interview is going to be in English and Spanish, so bear with me. I have another guest coming through, Senpai Pete, and I want to welcome my guest, Gaddafi, right here. Yo quiero bienvenido a Gaddafi de aquí de mi chat, de Open Topics, con Don Armando.
Saludos, saludos.
Saludos, ¿cómo está?
Vamos bien, gracias.
Sí, Gaddafi. ¿Por qué tu nombre es tan familiar?
Ah, bueno, es un apodo, porque yo era del grupo Perfecto Clan.
Ahí sí.
Y Villarreal. Entonces,
Sí.
ese fue el apodo que me dieron, que siempre tuve desde siempre. Y ahí por eso que es familiar.
Sí, sí, estoy familiar por Perfecto Clan.
Yeah.
Mis padres son de Genio Consuelo, pero yo tengo mi gente en Punta Pescadores, a Miramar, Ignacio Arias y Sarmiento.
Yeah.
Sí,
Sí.
pero el nombre suena mucho. Y yo hablando con, tú sabes, pila de los artistas. Tú sabes, hablando de una cosa del Perfecto Clan. En paz descanse a Freddy Goldman y Huáscar.
Yeah.
Sí. Ujú.
¿Y quiénes más van a venir? ¿Va a venir en la página?
Ok. La entrevista, pero yo tengo dos cosas de la entrevista. Uno de un sección de los artes marciales. En el viernes yo hablando con música,
Yeah.
pero hoy hablando tú sabes, de la técnica de los artes marciales. Tú eres un experto de taekwondo, ¿verdad?
No. Experto no. Yo lo practiqué, lo mío era boxeo siempre. Pero
Sí.
en San Pedro, mi papá, cuando yo era niño, me entrenaba y después me fui para Pepe Mayén a practicar boxeo. Y
Sí.
tuve que dejarlo porque me apretaba mucho del pecho. Y sabes que el entrenamiento de boxeo es riguroso.
Ujú.
Brincando mucho, corriendo mucho. Y en esos tiempos los pulmones no me daban para eso. Entonces,
Ok.
yo me mudé a hacer taekwondo con un maestro americano que estudiaba en la UCE y vivía en la Jinaca, los apartamentos de la Jinaca. Él se llama Jonathan Ware.
Sí.
Entonces él me llegó a dar entrenamiento de taekwondo. Él es hippie.
Ok.
Yeah.
Bienvenido, Pete, ¿cómo está?
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Hello,
Saludos.
saludos. ¿Cómo están
Saludos.
todos?
Tú
Bendiciones
sabes,
a todo el
puedo
mundo.
tan activo, sí, serie 23, todo el mundo, tú sabes.
Yeah.
I see my brother Brando up in here. My boy
Yeah.
Gaddafi, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Él era de los alumnos que iban por Nuevo Horizonte, ahí en la
Mhm.
Independencia. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. A lot of history right there, man.
Oh yeah.
I could tell you the first time that I saw, I didn't know what it was. I don't know if it was karate or taekwondo. I remember when my aunt was a professor in Lausi. I was like, I might have been like maybe 3 or 4 years old. That's when I first saw my first thing of the martial arts. I didn't know what it was. Then I went back to New York, and I was like, yo, I seen people with belts and everything like that, but I didn't have neither what the comprehension was about which martial art it was or anything like that. It looked like karate to me. Remind you, this was like the 1980s in San Pedro.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny, man, because I was born in New York and I was raised there till I was 8. And every kid on Saturday mornings, every kid is locked up in their room watching kung fu flicks that they put in during that time. So
Yeah, I
Kadafi, raise your
know.
volume, bro.
by the time it's like what 2, 3 in the afternoon, every kid is downstairs kicking and drop kicking things and jumping and doing all this martial arts, and everybody was a fan of martial arts, especially that one movie, and what's it called?
Enter the Dragon.
Enter the Dragon, bruh.
That or
Yo.
That thing,
that
like
or the
everybody just
Boss, the
wanted to
Chinese
learn.
Connection.
Yeah,
Any one of those
Yo.
Bruce Lee movies had people in the street jumping and doing kung fu, especially in San
everybody,
Pedro.
Yo.
Todo el
everybody
mundo era
wanted to
cara
Yo.
learn.
seca. Todo el mundo era
Yo.
cara seca después de una película.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
that's how my love for the martial arts entered in me when I left. But again, my father wanted me to be a boxer, so all my time went there. But then I
All
Kadafi,
convinced
right.
raise your volume, bro. You're low.
oh, my fault. Yeah, so I convinced my dad into letting me do some martial arts, and I did it with that teacher, Jonathan Ware. So professionally, I did it for a few years.
All right.
Yeah, that's as far as I go with martial arts. And then actually, nah, I'm lying, because then I did have like a little school of like defense, like to learn how to
Yeah.
defend. Yeah, I taught a lot of kids around my area that their parents knew of me, so they wanted me to teach them.
Yeah.
So I had my school. I taught a lot of kids, a lot of guys around my area.
Yeah. I mean, it was like I could say that when I was a kid, I took Taekwondo. I didn't really go back to it, but now that I'm older and everything like that, I'm I'm gonna go. I want to actually step back into the martial arts because I actually have friends who are
Embedded in this.
Right.
Embedded in this.
you hear me?
I
Yep.
hear you.
Uh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
I got
and I'm gonna
I
say
got a.
this.
Okay.
What happened?
Hey, you could talk it out.
Yeah, no. What I was gonna say is that I got a friend. He had I think a 3-time black belt. I don't know on karate.
Okay.
Actually,
All
yeah.
right.
He lives close by. He's always doing some stuff and everything. If
All
anything,
right.
I could invite him over one time, and he'll speak more professionally on what he's done
Yeah,
and
of
how he does
course.
it. Yeah, he's real good.
I mean, me personally, we always actually have this every Wednesday. So it was like maybe a month ago. I had a friend that he's an army veteran and he's South Korean. So he actually was into he's actually like a fifth dan in Taekwondo
Right.
Yeah.
at 33 years old.
Yeah, that kid
So
is
that's impressive.
and he
Yeah,
looks like a kid, bro. He looks like he's 21 years old. He looks like he's
exactly.
21. And
Yeah.
Yep.
he's 30 and change. Fifth Dan black
Yep.
belt. What we call in Japanese Godon.
Dodan. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
A third a
Yeah.
third a third degree black belt in karate is a sandan. And in the system where I was growing up, which was the Sado karate system, I'm a shodan, which is first degree black belt. In the Marine Corps, I'm a nidan, which is a second degree black belt.
Yeah. I actually have a friend that he's actually a second degree black belt in the Marines also.
It's a
I was trying
thousand
to
hours.
actually have.
It's 1,000 hours,
Yeah.
bro. They're not playing. From white belt to black
Yeah.
belt in 1,000 hours, and then in another 1,000 hours, That's it. You're a second dan black belt. Like you're out of here.
Wow. Wow.
You're not. You're ready to go out into the world and not play patty cake.
Yeah.
For real. Listen, my boy Gaddafi has not seen me physically in almost 20 something years.
You're right,
He
man.
Gaddafi never saw me in a fight, not because we never chilled, but we never whenever there were fights happening around us, they were happening around us. They were never happening with us. And when fights did
Gotcha.
happen with us, we were all separate, taking our time and taking our pride in our fight. I know Gaddafi kicked many butts in San Pedro. I've seen it. I've heard it.
Wow.
I've heard it. But he's never seen me in a fight. So it's like to measure me now,
Could you repeat that again? You was cutting up, man.
I was cutting out. I was
Yeah.
saying
Yeah.
that, you know,
At least my
so
mic wasn't good. I don't know if my hold up. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, well, I hear you.
we can
All right,
hear
go
you,
ahead.
bro. But if you pay attention to the window of your audio bubble, it's
Yeah.
very low. The circle's very small. So I don't
Oh,
know if it's the Wi-Fi, if it's the phone signal
yeah.
somewhere.
It's probably
But
my phone, man. But I can hear you good now. What was that?
I was saying that you never saw me fighting with anyone.
Yeah.
And even though I saw you fight plenty of times. And Junior used to talk to me about, oh man, we had a fight over there, nobody saw him there, and this dude kicked this dude's butt and ta 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 ta. And I'm like, yo, that's crazy. But
Damn.
to compare that time to now, like the bro hasn't seen me in almost 20 something years. What
No,
I
you
know how
true.
to do now is nothing compared to what I used to know back then, even though back then my fights would end quick. That's why no one saw me
Wow.
in a fight. Nobody ever saw me fighting, but they heard about it. Ah, que Pedrito, pa' aquí,
Damn.
pa' allá, pa' allá. But no one ever saw it because I would end my fight
Damn.
quick. Less than 10
Wow.
seconds, I'm done. I'm not
Damn.
wasting more energy than that.
Damn.
So nada más de, que Pedrito pa' aquí, que Pedrito pa' allá, and that's it. But no one ever saw Pedrito fight because Pedrito
Mm.
was quick with it. Now compared to
Damn.
what I know, it's even faster. Like, oh no, we're ending this quick. I could end this in a
Gotcha.
friendly manner and subdue you, or we could end this like enemies and I could just leave you there and walk away.
Gotcha.
That's how they do it in
Street code,
Okinawa.
man. Yeah.
Yep.
Street code, huh?
I mean, oh yeah. Talking about fights and everything like that. There's a rapper by the name of El Menace. He's actually having like every Saturday. Show if you got heart, guns down, gloves up. So shout out to him for actually trying to bring some type of peace within the
Right.
Dominican community.
I mean, listen, there were plenty of times, and Gaddafi's a witness to this too. There were plenty of boxing teachers in San Pedro. They used to walk around with the gloves, and they would have all the kids in El Barrio fight.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Those are the only
Yo.
times people saw my hands. Those because if it's boxing, it's boxing. It's the discipline of boxing. So I'm gonna box with
Right.
you. When it's martial arts
Right.
or a regular street fight, I'm ending it quick. I'm not wasting time. I got things to do.
Got you.
Boxing, I'm gonna take it easy. I want you to step into my circle so that
Hmm.
so you can face my punches. I'm not gonna go chasing you to punch you. I'm losing power. Come to me. Feel all
No, the
this
art.
power. Paka,
Yeah,
paka.
the art of boxing is actually that an art. So
Yeah.
if you're reaching, they're teaching. They're gonna put you to sleep, right? So it's a distance type of thing. The boxers use distance, and you mentioned something really important is when you said I'm waiting for them to come into my circle. That's where they lose. They can't come in to your circle, especially if you got that reach. You feel me? And if you got those hands.
Like that's
Ooh.
one thing. That's one thing I appreciate most about uh, um Joselo. Joselo was my boxing teacher in El Pepe Mayen,
Mm.
and Joselo used to tell me that it's easy to bully and peekaboo like Mike Tyson used to do and run after niggas and hit them with the hook shots and all that. It's easy to do that, but what happens when you run out of energy? What happens when you run out of breath? You just lost the fight.
Oh,
You
yeah.
run out of air, you just lost the fight. So
Right.
Marcelo used to tell me, stand your ground, hold your hands up in a way where they don't see how long your arms are. So when they get close enough to you, your hands go right through their face. You're not punching at them, you're punching through them. I'm like, oh,
Wow.
okay.
Oh, okay.
And that's how I
That's
learned how to do it.
yeah, that's smart, man.
Yeah.
Just saying those words gives you a visual.
Oh
You
yeah.
know,
Talking about boxes. I'm gonna go and give a shout out to a female boxer that she had been putting work for a lot of years.
Okay.
So shout out to Anita Garcia.
Shout out.
yeah, shout out.
She was doing her thing back in those days, and that's my cousin's ex-wife. So
No,
she's a
great, great.
boxer.
She's from St. Pete as well.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Speaking of side stories and stuff like that, I'm happy that when I joined the group at Toconal for San Pedro, uh, my boy Gaddafi found me in 2 seconds. Like, oh snap, that's Pete. Like, hey yo, what's good, bro? Sheesh,
yeah,
yo, it's
Hmm.
been a minute, bro. Like, listen, I went through a lot while being in DR. Born in America, raised in DR, going back and forth, being on punishment. One time, my dad kicked me out the house. I walked all the way from Barrio Mexico to Miramal to go see my
yeah,
boy Gaddafi so that he could help me out. Either either he was either gonna give me a couple of dollars so I could take care of myself, or he was gonna find me a way to, find a solution for me. And he said, "Yo,
yeah.
bro." He said, "Yo, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. We just moved to a new house, but the old house is right there and nobody's using it. Just creep in, don't let no one see you."
Oh, for
Got
real,
you.
You
man.
remember that,
Dang.
bro?
Yeah, boy, you brought me back.
Yo,
I
you,
lived
yo,
I
you were
lived in his abandoned house for almost a month, bro. For
damn.
almost a month. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying?
Yeah, because
Dang.
it was like, because I remember, I could say that the times that I went on vacation, because the only time I lived in St. Pete's was like from '85 from '87, right?
All right.
So every time I used to come back on vacation with my moms or my aunt or anything like that, I always went to Consuelo and Coupe de Leon and Sarmiento.
Yeah.
So so it used to be me and my cousin David, and then when I got a little bit older, I used to go to with my cousins and everything like that. We chill, we drink, and do whatever.
Right.
So it was a good time when I went there. And shout out to my homie Edgar from La Trinitaria.
Shout out, shout out.
Bro,
My boy,
Yeah,
that's
my
funny
boy
you mentioned
Gaddafi
that.
used to live right on the strip, bro.
Yeah,
So
right in the Malecon.
right on the strip of El Malecon. So when he told me, "Oh, I moved," he moved to like a block or two away, but it was a safer. In the back of my mind, it was a safer location where they had moved to, because being right on
yeah.
the strip of El Malecon, bro, you know how many fights and tiroteos and machetazos and all types of stuff that you don't want your
Yo,
family involved in that.
I remember when I started first hearing about crime in San Pedro, right? It
Yeah,
was like the only crimes that I've heard of, and y'all could both reference this with me. You could go to the Malcon at night. They go around, they robbing you naked. That's the only thing that I remember hearing. Another thing I hear is that because of a lover's quarrels or something like that, somebody got stabbed with a hot phone. So I heard that. I was like, damn, a hot phone.
Yeah,
Hey, buddy.
they get creative with the con lo atraco and all that stuff. They
Yeah,
even built their own guns because they didn't have none like that until they started appearing. but they had a thing called chilena. That's what they use for weapons. That they thought
Yeah,
they had their
Yeah,
own, you know.
I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, yeah. That's
still know how
that
to
thing.
make those. I still know how to make those.
Look at that. They used to use that, and it was powerful back in the day. Everybody,
Chilena, chagones. I still remember how to make those. Thank you, San
yeah.
Pedro.
Yes.
Mm.
I've seen myself a few machetazos, and I remember that when you mentioned right now Trinitaria, that's
Yeah,
behind it's what's it called, that baseball, the what's it called, man?
Tetelo Vargas.
Tetelo Vargas. It's behind the Tetelo
Yeah,
Vargas,
that's
right?
Barrio Mexico right there, bro. That's
Bro,
I made my name there.
a mí me sacaron a machetazo de ahí one time.
Wow,
Me
restauración.
Damn.
and two of my boys, and they ganged up on us with machetes and everything, and it was just three of us, and we had to run, dude. I see
Oh
my
yeah.
shit, man. I
Wow.
see my shit out there for real.
I
I
mean,
had to
shoot.
I had to run from Placer Bonito one time. When the panitas were out there, tumbando gorra.
Oh yeah, yeah,
They tried to
yeah.
take my hat, bro, and four kids on bikes with machetes. I was like, oh no, chill.
Yeah, man. I had a friend of mine, man, that he used to do that in the Malecón, and I was a kid, dude. I was a kid just exploring. I was like, yeah, man, I want this thug life. I want to be part of it. But you know, my father, my dad, my mom, and everything tried to keep me on lock and everything. They no pudieron conmigo. And
Claro.
then, and then
Yeah.
my boy was like, yo, I got you for real, yo. Yo estoy tomando gorra. This dude will come like with 7 hats that he did in the patronales. He just take them and he'll bring them to my
Ooh.
house. And he'll like, hold them down. Like, yo, word. So I felt thuggish, you know. So I think,
Yeah.
and I was like, what, 13 years old? And that's when I
Shoot.
started learning about the streets. And that's where I started hugging it and wanting it,
Yeah.
you know.
I mean, when I was up in San Pedro, it was like I had years. So I came back to San Pedro. It was six when I was 16, and
Mm-hmm.
that same year, that was when um that was when Papa MC passed away, and it was all over the news in San Pedro, man. They even showed his funeral and everything.
It's funny, man. I sang in his funeral.
That's wild.
Oh
I
wow,
got yeah, because I don't know if you remember Botica. You remember Botica?
Of
You remember
course,
Botica?
Botica
I heard.
Original.
Yeah, Botica Metralleta. Me and him was being looked at by Papo. We went to his house and everything, and I got pictures
Yeah,
and all that. Like he was actually looking at us, and he heard a few of our tracks, and he heard what we could do, and he says, "Yeah, let's do something." Bro, a week after, this dude, he took us chilling. We met his mom. We ate at his house. We went playing pool. He took us out. We went to batting machines. We did all that. And he kind of like planned the
yeah,
future for us. I'm like, yo, I could see it. I could see it. We're famous. That's it. It was done. A week later, this dude crashed in that same Lexus that he was
yeah,
hanging out with, and he died. I'm like, dang, bro, that was killed.
yeah,
So we paid our respects, and I
yeah,
went to go ahead and sang in his funeral. Sandy was there, and everybody obviously. But that was a whole
yeah,
thing, man. I got pictures, man, to prove that.
I
yeah. I believe you.
Mhm.
I could vouch for that. That's I could vouch for that for sure. The last memory I have of Botica was when we were doing the hotspot segment on Radio Macori, and
Mhm.
Botica came to the show with a DMX beat, and he rapped on top of it. Botica
Yeah, that
original.
was
I'm like,
mine,
this
dude.
kid is bugging.
That was mine. That was my beat. I let him hold that beat. You know, because I used to travel, obviously, to Miami and everywhere, and I get some fresh stuff, and I let him hold that beat, and that's what he was using.
Yo, I'm gonna go around and tell you when I first even knew that dudes was rapping in San Pedro. I'll tell you the story, and I could vouch for this. Maybe when you make it also. So my mom knew that I was like into rap and everything like that. So right up in Calle Trinitaria, and then you got La Independencia, and then you got the 27 de Febrero. But then I think, but I forgot the other block after that. So anyway, around that block, right? It was it was an older lady by the name of Eddie Danya. That was my mom's friend, and she was like, "Oh, I know somebody." I was like, "Okay." So I went up and I met somebody, and that somebody turned out to be Joseph. Shout out to Ime. Ooh. So me and him, we actually recorded a track and everything, and we were just actually hanging out, chilling. We went to the Treinta Treinta. It was like he saw me dance with a lot of females. He was like, "Yo, you got better dance moves than me." Yeah. So,
La 30 became more gang related than the club
Oh
after a
yeah,
while.
oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean,
yeah.
bruh, you guys. I think it was you, King, that mentioned the Federales,
Yeah,
bro.
Danny, los federales, esa gente.
I had beef with them dudes, man. Hard body,
I remember
hard body. I want to go sing in the Treinta Treinta.
personal beef, like not
Yeah, yeah,
no,
yeah, yeah.
not
No,
no
so
political beef like Grupo
nah,
Unido and los
nah.
federales. No, no, no.
It was
Personal beef,
bad.
like I'm punching you when I see you.
It was bad. So
Yeah.
we go because we were invited to go rap at the Treinta Treinta, and it was like a whole thing. And when we down there, and I'm seeing that this dude takes over, and he took the whole night over. They did a whole segment of the Federales. It's like a whole bunch, and it was a
They
whole.
did the whole CD.
Yeah, and I was like, nah, fam. Like, well, yo, when is it gonna be our turn? And they said, nah, you almost there, you almost there, you almost there. But you know that the Baby Premium is what his name is.
Yeah,
He was actually, you know, that he was like the one controlling all that because he's like a disc jockey there and everything, and he was like,
right.
so he was controlling the whole thing the whole night. They sang all their things, and when they finished, and I thought it was gonna be us, all the lights turned on and everybody was leaving. I'm like, oh snap,
It
these
was
guys.
2 o'clock in the morning already.
Yeah, boy. And I was like, damn, they
You
played
know who
us.
told me about that story?
Mm-hmm.
Cesarin King Santa, the big dude. They used to
Word.
always be there.
But oye esto, when we stepping outside, we already tight because I had invited one of my boys. He gangster. I had invited one of my boys to come rap with us. And matter of fact, he lives in Miami now. And this dude,
Right.
the Federales, one of the guys, they were leaving in the car que le prestó su hermana. And this dude, he starts yelling with all my boys because I had a fan behind me. I had a big old fan base behind me. I'm like, you suck. You had it. And saying all this stuff to him, right? And he started taking it personal. And he looked at me and like, all right. But I'm leaving in the car and y'all leaving on foot. And he threw his car on me. So I had to move. If not, he would have stepped on my feet with his tires. And my boy took that thing personal. He ran behind him. And I grabbed the bottle to go behind that car, but one of my friends was holding me, and I couldn't let go. I'm like, let go of me. But my boy ran ahead, and he right there is that like no, is that the Independencia? Yeah, like Independencia. That's where the 30
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, para allá, para los
Yeah.
barrios maestros, para
So
allá.
you know that's a one way. So
Yeah,
as he was going straight up, there was a whole bunch of motores and a whole bunch of things that he couldn't keep on going. So that's where my boy ran in the back of the car and stopped him. He said, yo, dame una bola. Blow! Le dio un botellazo al oído.
Damn.
Bro, and we were out. We were out. So to make the long story short, after that, boy, years, man, after I'm like chilling and I'm not doing nothing, and Perfecto Clan we had like a 10-year anniversary of us forming the group that they wanted to do un coso like on tarima. They wanted to do a little concert for everybody in San Pedro. So I
Right.
traveled out there, and my boy picked me up. Vaquero and Villano Sam, they picked me up. And the first spot that
Yeah.
they dropped me off, aside from my dad, they dropped me off to like this one spot in a studio, and it was the guy from the Federales, that same dude. My boy bursted his windows, and I'm like, yo, I was locked up in that room with that dude and some people that I don't know. I'm like, yo, it's gonna go down, man. This dude. And now he was super humble. He was cool because obviously, Vaquero's in another realm right now in terms of fame.
Yeah.
And it was like, yo, it's all water under the bridge. We ain't trying to do anything, and it was left. It was left at that. It was all kid stuff, I guess, at that time. But it was
I mean,
great.
I mean, yeah. I mean, when it was like when I went up and I was like, I was talking to Unimente and stuff. So I was like, the first time I heard about it was like Nome de Cotorra. I was
Right.
living in Jersey, right? And then my cousin who lived up in Ignacio Arias, me and him was talking through Messenger or something like that. I was like, yo, you know this. He was like, oh yeah, I know so and so. I know his little brother. I was like, his little brother. I was
Yeah.
like, okay,
I
so I did
know
my
all his
I
brothers and his dad
I,
and his
I so
sisters.
I yeah. So I did a little research. So I went up and I first hit up Queen. I was like, yo, I'm I'm the cousin of La Maestra. Oh, okay. Some way or somehow I got to talk to Francis Belliard, right? I still talk to him to this day. So one day, so me and Francis Belliard, we was talking on the internet and everything like that. This was like around '08 or '09. So the guy was telling, so when I was at my uncle's party up in Brooklyn, he was like, "Oh, I know the guy that made Vaquero." He thinking that he's saying something grand. I was like, Belliard. The guy just looked at me. He was like, "How you knew that?" I was like, "I know him. I know him. That's my brother and everything." I was like, "Okay." So so he went up and called the phone and he was like, "Oh, ¿quién tú eres?" I was like, "Soy Don Armando." And that's where me and Francis Belliard we still talk to this day. As far as Vaquero, I talked to I haven't spoken to Vaquero in a long time, but but when it's like Instagram posts and everything like that, he gives me a shout out and whatsoever from time to time whenever he has a new joint out. I talk to more in the five sometimes, who I recently went up and started speaking to again because I didn't know where the heck he was Huda.
Oh
Now,
snap!
Huda's my nigga.
Damn, boy, you. Where is he?
He's in La Romana.
He lives in La Romana.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we haven't heard from him in a minute.
Nah, but he's on our group though. In the group that I got up on WhatsApp. So,
Oh, cool, cool, cool.
yeah.
But speaking of Vaquero, real quick, Vaquero's the only person in San Pedro that I fought with twice.
You physically
Oh.
fought him, you say?
I fought him twice.
Oh, okay, yeah. He was a
Oh,
That,
spark
okay.
plug,
that
man.
that's my brother. We fought twice.
Yeah.
We fought once against each other, and we fought once against a group of people. That's my brother. I know who we talking about.
Yeah.
Word, word, word.
Yeah, Vaquero
Yeah.
was a spark plug. I remember one time we still trying to come up and everything. And there was this group of Boricuas that came down, DJ Mafa. I don't know if you know, but
Yeah.
Yeah. Yo, talking about that, that's who that's who I went and I saw like in 2014.
yeah,
Mafa, right?
yeah,
So it
DJ.
was like, yeah, and you know what was funny? That like when I had like one of my shows there and everything like that, I was talking to the guy that actually taught DJ Mafra how to do what he does.
You serious?
Yeah.
I got him on my Facebook. I mean, like, yo, me and him, he was talking about the guy who went up and taught DJ Mafra, right? He went up and he gave like the whole history of what studios used to be in on San Pedro before he came right there.
Yep.
So what he was telling me is that when he was living in New York, and then when he and Mapa used to go to San Pedro, right?
Right.
So he saw Grupo Unidos. That's what he was telling the story. He saw that
Yep.
everybody was going to the club and they're recording the mics and everything like that. He was
Yep.
like, yeah, y'all got
bro. Siete
yeah.
Catorce
He
was
was
the only place where they were recording at. Siete
Yeah.
Catorce.
exactly, exactly. He was telling me that he was like, yeah, these guys got talent, but I want them to go further. So what he did though, he was teaching DJ Mappa all the stuff. He was like, okay, and he was saying how he taught DJ Mappa. He was like, oh, I want to see if this kid want to learn. So because DJ Mappa was like the son of a friend of his. Now the friend up in Washington Heights had like a studio stuff, in those buildings up on 178th.
Right. Right.
So he was telling me, he was like, "Oh, I want to see if this kid want to learn." So the kid DJ Maffa went up and got his match, the guy that taught him the coffee and everything like that. I was like, "Yeah, I saw that he was about to learn." So he actually, when he first went to San Pedro, he went with DJ Maffa to actually solidify the San Pedro sound. That's the story that he has. And remember that joint that I just tagged you on Facebook? That's him.
Mm. But you know what? It's funny, man. You say that because I have my side of the story on that, on how he came to town. When he started coming to town, Grupo Unido was the group that was more commercialized, that was more out there. They were ghetto
Exactly.
famous, right? So,
Hmm.
and they
Rest in
were
peace,
going
Kenny
places.
Goodman.
They were going places with their reggaeton and their sound and everything, and their dancers, and they were doing big things. But
Right.
we're the perfecto clan. We were underground, right? And
Right.
we were more gritty. We were more of that hip hop type style, that rap, that real stuff.
Hmm.
And we were trying to introduce that to DJ Mafa. So one time
Right.
we went to where DJ Mafa was staying at. Me, Vaquero, Villano. We went to DJ Mafa's crib, or I think it was his grandma's aunt's house or whatever he was staying at.
Right.
And we was chilling there waiting and waiting and waiting, and that dude wasn't coming out. So then Enrico
All right.
from Grupo Unido, this dude
Right.
comes. He doesn't even says what's up. He just walks by like he owns the place. Goes into the room, spends like maybe 15 minutes, and we over there. We in the living room chilling with in La Marquesina, waiting on DJ Mafa to come out. We stop outside, and we waiting and waiting, and then 15 minutes later, Rico and DJ Mafa just walks right by us. Yo, we got it. We out. No tenemos tiempo. I'm like, what? They totally disrespect. And what we were gonna do was just talk about business because we
Right.
got we got our sound. We know how to make beats. We have Villano. We had everything. We got
Yeah.
ourselves.
Hmm.
And we took it personal the way he did that. And we made a song and we put it in La Plaza 3030
Yeah.
in that radio station. And we put that song tirándole a ellos, a DJ Mafa and all that stuff. Tíreme a matar.
Right.
Like so
Hmm.
it was that thing went everywhere, man. That thing went everywhere. That song. We had beef, huge beef. And
Yeah.
Vaquero and Bico, Vaquero was more personal with Bico. He was
Yeah.
just like, listen, when I see that guy, I'm gonna tear him up. That same thing
Wow.
happened in front of me, Androide, Villano, and Clara, which was a girl back then.
Yeah.
That dude went, hey, Bico, hiciste algo. Ran up to him and wham!
Damn.
Straight up
I
decked him
mean,
in the side of the eye. I'm like, yo,
ooh.
we got some stories, man. We got some stories.
I mean, me personally is like this. Like me and Vaquero, I'm not gonna go and say, "Oh yeah, I'm part of that." I was part of his clique or anything like that, but I kind of was. You know what I'm saying? I'm like one of his biggest supporters.
And he
So
was with
it's like,
Hudas. Huda was really good friends with Vaquero. So yeah,
yeah,
if
because it
you
was
chill
like,
with Huda, yeah.
yeah, because it was like I didn't chill with Huda up in San Pedro. He actually came to New York. So when me and Huda we actually spoke and everything like that. So I was like, hold up. So me and Hudo, I was speaking in Spanish, and then he's like, well, "What up, man?" I was like, "Yo, you speak English?" I was like, "All right, cool." So me and me and Hudo, we talk over the years, but then it was like it was him that had to confirm something sad. You know what I mean?
Uh,
So when I confirmed something sad, because this is what happened. My cousin went up and hit me up in 2021, and she was like, "Yo," I was like, and I was telling her about our mutual friend. Shout out to Ahmad Eames, by the way.
shout out.
So, so we was like, "Yo," they were saying that he had this and whatever. I'm thinking that being hopeful that he came out. When my cousin went up and told me the news, I was like, "No, man, no." I just had to break down because the last, the last, the last time I talked to Freddie, I never met him personally, but me and him always talked. Was he actually said the words. He was like, "Yo mando mi pésame de su padre." And around that time, that's when my father passed away in Consuelo.
Dang.
So me and him, we were talking and everything like that. And Freddie was about to come here to the United States. A lot of people don't know that.
Freddy
So
Gorda for real?
yeah,
He was that close, huh?
he was that close to coming to the United States. So me and him, we were just talking about that. I was like, I'm going to try to help you if anything. But then, boom, the COVID hit. I didn't know what was happening and everything like that. He was still up in the hospital up in La Capital. I'm trying to see what was going on. And then after a while, I got that news.
Yeah,
So I
man.
went up. So I went up and I was like, "Yo," I went up and I hit up Moreno. I was like, "Yo, I'm sad, bro. There's some sad news that came out of San Pedro. Freddy Gorman passed away." He was like, "No." I was like, "Yeah."
July
And it
Yeah,
second.
was
man.
and it was who that I went up and I talked to him and he confirmed it.
Yeah, me and Pitufo, we were talking online, and he was telling me, he was giving me updates on that.
Shout out to Pitufo, man. That's also
Shout out to
my bro.
Pitufo. Yeah, shout out to Pitufo.
Yeah,
Pitufo Poco Tiempo. That's one of my bros right there. Literally grew
Yeah,
up a block away from him.
yeah,
he's the one responsible for the group, that the Perfecto Clan. He was the one that made us.
yep.
He made the group. He started with Shaka, Baquero, and
Hmm.
Villano,
Rest in peace, Shaka.
Rest in peace.
and then that's where I came in. It was us three, because then Shaka left because he had some type of beef with Baquero and Villano. And
Right,
then he did his own thing, cantando religious hip hop.
right. Talking
Yeah.
about religious hip hop, you know who I want. You know who I want to. Who I was hearing back in the day when they were talking about as religious hip hop. Remember that group Afrik Dome?
Afric Dome?
Yeah,
That
it
sounds familiar.
was. It was. I think it was MC Pablo. Um, Tag. Who else? It was a whole bunch of people. It was like three guys.
I don't remember.
Now, one of the guys now that I'm talking to, that his name is Mumore right now, right? His family is from San Pedro. He was actually doing his thing up in San Pedro back in the day too. And I remembered hearing the song because I was actually in tune with San Pedro music, even though I was still living in the States.
Right.
Yeah,
It was kind of hard not to be in tune with San Pedro music. That thing for a while, it started, picking up pace.
San Pedro
yep,
music was on the map.
Yeah, man.
exactly.
We put up the beef. If you look at it this way, urban music actually started with us, if you want to see it that
Yep.
way, because
Hmm.
Papi and Baquero started beefing.
They went up and they actually did a joint called Atento a mí, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I think it was Atento a mí Cinco, I think.
Right,
I'm not sure because it was like a whole bunch of Atento a mí, right?
right.
So after they did that track, that's when I heard that the beef started, right?
Hmm.
So, but there's one thing that I don't understand, right? Like everybody's supposed to be in a good space and stuff like that. Why the heck come nobody's promoting on their rap like that? You know what I mean?
Ane Ra, wow. Ane Lilo Ra, esa gente
Me,
del
me,
Barrio
me, me,
Mágico.
me, yeah, me más preto. I still talk to him. That's my dude.
That's my peoples,
Then
bro. That's Barrio México. El
then
problema,
there's a
el problema con ellos, no es que no, it's not that they don't have bars. It's not like they don't have good songs. It's that the people that are supposed to be promoting them, they're shortchanging them right now. I don't know why, but they did the same thing to Vaquero. They were shortchanging Vaquero for a minute, and then he blew up by going to Spain. Once you're famous in
yeah.
Europe, bro, it's a wrap.
Oh yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, man. They support for a
So eso es
long
lo que
time.
hace
They were
falta ahora
supporting.
mismo.
Yeah, they
Ane
were
Ra
supporting.
y Lilo Ra tienen que los dos ir para Europa, explotar ya, and that's it, because they won't need the promoters anymore after that. Once you blow
Yeah,
up in Europe, bro, they're gonna.
yeah. That's what I think that needs to happen. Another person,
But my
another
bad,
person
Gaddafi,
that.
what you were gonna say? Because he has some insight on that.
All
Was
right.
that? Was that now?
I said my bad.
Yeah.
I interrupted you. You had some insight on that.
Oh yeah, nah. What I was going just giving a history lesson on how it all started. It's like if there was no Vaquero, who was Lobby gonna beef with? You know what I'm saying? And it was like from one
Mm.
side to another, and that thing made it that Se Partió Lobby type track played everywhere. And that thing was in New York. It was everywhere.
Se partió el lápiz was crazy,
Exactly.
bro.
You know what I'm saying? So because of
Yeah.
that beef right there, we were on the map. And that
Yeah.
thing
Exactly.
that started the whole Urbano, and everybody from everywhere were coming up with their talents, and they were hungry. People wanted to keep on hearing that type of sound.
You
That's
know who
people.
you know who don't get a lot of credit, but we still have to pay her. We have to pay her her due respects.
Who that?
Shout out to Ariana Puello.
Who's her? What's her name again?
Ariana Puello.
Ariana Cuello.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Shout out.
Shout
yeah,
out.
yeah. She was one of the first Macorizanas that actually was rapping in Europe and everything like that. So we have to give her props.
Oh no. Respect.
Hmm.
Respect for
Definitely,
real.
man.
Respect to MCD Etiqueta Negra also. He's not
Oh
from San
yeah.
Pedro, but he actually went up and recorded a video in Consuelo.
Cool.
Yeah, I know Etiqueta Negra. I remember. He's super
Yeah,
cool,
yeah,
man.
yeah. I met Etiqueta Negra in 2008, almost the same time with Tony Osborne.
Cool. Cool.
Super old school.
Yeah, yeah. RIP básico de lo correcto.
Yeah, lo correcto, man. It's funny. We went to go support their track, their first album. When their first album came out, I think who was in the
Lo
car?
correcto.
Was it Huda? I think Huda was with us. It was Huda, me,
Yeah.
and Android. And we went from San
Hmm.
Pedro to the Capital to go buy that CD, and we played it. We played that whole CD back in the car that we was in.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm gonna be honest, man, because I just want keep this transparent. But there was only one track that we liked out of that whole CD, and we were super disappointed. We're like, dang, bro, this the whole ride back out from the capital down to San Pedro. There was only one track we liked.
All right.
Their vision
Wow.
wasn't. It was like their vision wasn't, what it was, and then, they started picking it up because there's a lot of good rappers in the Correto. A lot of good
Hmm.
rappers, but when they bundled up in like a group and to put it all in one track, it was sloppy.
All right.
The only one track that they had was damn, forgot the it goes es correcto.
Oh, okay.
Sí.
Nah, because one of the songs that I like, that is still envisioned in my mind was Sonido del Barrio, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that other joint, Deudas Pendiente.
Deuda
Oh,
pendiente.
they'll
Yeah,
pendiente.
Deudas
Okay.
Pendiente. So the track starts like, you owe me. Well, I can't really say something because just YouTube, and
Right.
they'll
Right.
try to you owe me the N word, right? And then after a while, you had Brooklyn and you had Básico from Lo Correcto. So they made that track. I could actually say that.
Yeah.
Shout
Yeah.
out to Sing, yeah, shout out to Brooklyn, Sing Thing, and Tony,
Sin
because
fin.
Sing Thing, yeah, because Sing Thing and Tony they're in the West Coast right now.
Yeah. Sin
Brooklyn's
fin's
back in
out
New
there.
York. Yeah,
Sin fin's out there. Buen amiguito mío, him. He paid. He bien respetuoso. He paid respects. One time we went to the Bronx to go support some local type music that they were putting out there, and all the kids around the Bronx was putting their songs in, and it was one um, it was a lounge, right? So they set up the stage and everything, and Sing Fiend came down and he started rapping, and boy, he kind of raised the bar for the whole night. Nobody reached his level of how dope the dude
yeah,
rapped. And I was like, my man.
yeah,
As soon as he came down from the stage, I told him, my man, real recognized real, man. It's me, Gaddafi, Perfecto Clan. He looked at me immediately. Yo, what's up, man? Dame tu número. Villano bien amiguito mío. And I'm like, yeah, of course, man. And we started linking since there. But
yeah,
he's bien respetuoso, real nice. Humble
yeah. I
guy.
mean, I mean, me personally, I can say this. When I first saw Sing Fiend up in New York, that was like in 2010. I still got the 2010, 2011. I remember it was like a club night up in the Lower East Side and such, right? So it was
Right.
me, Junior Matra, and Ricky Tone, right? So Ricky Tone, Junior Matra, and then Sing Fiend and Tony. So me and Tony, we already knew each other from 2008, and we were just chilling and everything. The last time I saw Tony was in 2013. 2013 was a bad 2013 was a bad year for me. But in that parade, I'm gonna go around and say this, and I'm always gonna say this. The people that gave me respect was DJ Scope,
Oh, word.
yeah, Tony, Rob, the manager, and then when I was standing with my cousins and everything like that, even though I don't know how the heck I made it, but I did. It was R1, Guariboa, and Sujeto during the float and everything like that. Guariboa, R1, and Sujeto just saw me. And and all three of those guys went up and gave me a salute.
That's what's up.
And to me, I don't, even though I haven't had the opportunity to go around and see Guariboa and R1, we talk and everything. But in those days, that actually meant a lot to me. Certain people's like, oh, it's just a salute. Nah, sometimes it's the small things you could do that could mean big to a lot of people.
Definitely, man.
Yeah,
So little things, man. It can be little. That's little and insignificant can seem to other people. It's huge for one. Like it's needed sometimes.
exactly.
Yeah, nah, but that's true, man. R1, my boy that I was working when I was in the Bronx. I was trying to do my thing because Infecto Clown was like on the pause because Rocket was doing his thing, but Villano's doing his thing, so we was at a pause,
Right,
waiting until see Rocket kind of like pulls us or any one of us to stardom, I guess.
right.
So I started doing my thing in the Bronx and everything, and my boy was really good friends with Uno, really good friends, and he was trying
Yeah.
to like move his parts around that area. And Sujeto,
Mm-hmm.
You said Sujeto too, right?
Yeah.
Nah. The dude that I wanted to mention was what's his name? Houdini. Houdini.
Houdini, Houdini de lo mío también. Like before my mom passed and everything like that, it was me and it was what's his name? Shoot. It was another guy that don't feel. Don't feel he's in our chat too, Pete, by the way. So, it was me and Don't Feel You. I was just coming out. They were just coming out from that strip club up in the South Bronx. I didn't go in, but I just went there and I saw and me and Houdini and Don't Feel You. We were just chopping it up and everything like that.
Yeah, Houdini.
So
Me and Houdini were in a lot of little things that we've been together, supporting other rappers and studios and everything. Me and him showed up a lot of
yeah,
times, and him and Villano, they're real cool too. So
yeah. Shout out to Destino Pizarrete Music.
shout
That's
out,
what. That's one. Of my, yeah, that's one of my homies in the BX too. Like my Banilejo homies. You know what I mean?
nice.
Yeah.
This this
Well,
this this was refreshing, my guys. I'm gonna be dropping, but I appreciate the invite, and this talk was
yo, Gaddafi.
yo.
You're always welcome here. I'm gonna have Historias Urbanas on Friday. You're always welcome to come. I'll send you the link and everything like that. Matter
Send
of
it.
fact,
Yo,
Pete.
Gaddafi.
Yeah.
Big virtual hug to you, my brother. I haven't seen you in almost 20 years.
Hold up, man. Let me light up. Let me light up. You ain't seen me.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
my brother
wow.
right there.
Yeah.
De lo mío.
I'm bearded. Yeah.
De
Yeah.
lo
I'm
mío.
bearded. I'm
Personal.
bearded. I'm bearded too. So back in the day, I had braids and whatever. So
Me too. Me too.
yeah,
Same
I
old, man.
remember.
Yeah.
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 De lo
Nah. But
mío.
yo, link me up, man. For real. Send me that link. I'll probably show up on Friday and just remind me of the time, and I'll try to make
All
it.
right.
And
Yo,
that way we really, because this was supposed to be like a martial arts page, and we ended up talking music. So let's really talk
it's
music
all
on
good.
Friday.
Oh yeah, of course. If
Yeah, man.
anything, Gaddafi, just ask Pete like for my WhatsApp and everything like that, and I put you in my group or whatever. You're
Oh
always
yeah, bet.
welcome, bro.
Oh, bet.
Yeah,
Yo, he has my number. Just send it to him, Pete.
It's always about martial arts over here.
Bet.
exactly.
Send him my number, y'all. Stay safe, all right?
All right.
You're ready, brother.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Yeah, big blessings to that brother right there, man.
Right.
I grew up when in the years that I was in San Pedro, on and off the island. He went to school with my cousin.
Right.
And forget about it, bro. Everything is history in San Pedro, and everything is close by. Everything is together.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of the history that we know, anybody that's from San Pedro can vouch for it because if you weren't there to experience it personally, you knew one of them personally, or you were
Thank
part of some
you.
type of circle that was part of the inner circle. Because we're all one family, so we all knew each other.
Exactly.
We all knew each
Exactly.
other. San
Hmm.
Pedro de Macorís is the only city that I know personally where even enemies speak to each other. It's not always about a fight.
Right. And I'm gonna go around and I've always said this. There was a point in my life that that I did hang out with that I did hang out, right?
Yeah, you froze.
Sorry, that was I don't know what the heck happened. But as I was saying, it was that I've always heard about you. And it was like it was always good stuff. I didn't know you by name. All I always heard was, yo, the head of the head of the of
Los
what you
Reyes.
are. Of
Los Reyes.
Loreyes. Loreyes. I was like, yo,
Sencillo,
I
fácil y sencillo. Los Reyes.
I I was like, yo, I have to meet this man. I don't know why, but I got to meet this man. As soon as you went up and you popped up on my DM, I was like, OMG. I've been wanting to meet you for my life, bro.
And
It
we
was
met up.
like,
Met up
exactly.
ASAP. Like, let me know when you're in New York.
Oh yeah. Don't worry. I think I'm gonna be in New York. Um, I'm gonna be in New York at the end of the month, but I'm not gonna be there for a long time because the DR parade,
Right.
the Bronx Dominican parade. But I'm gonna be in New York.
So
But if I
you're just pulling up for that.
and then in August, um, I gotta pull up for something else also, which I'm not gonna say because it'll ruin it. I don't know if a certain person is watching, but I have to pull up for something else too. So if I do pull up on Friday or whatever, I'm gonna let you know we're gonna break bread.
Cool. Cool. I have two events in August that are coming up. We have the Bronx Harlem Children's Festival on 135th Street between
All
Fifth
right,
Avenue and Lennox. I will
all
be
right,
there at the park. I will be the safety chaplain for the bounce rides. Bring your family, bring the kids. This is a quick, you know, public service announcement for everyone. Bring
mm-hmm.
the kids. It's free. Let them come and tire themselves out.
Got you.
I will personally be there supervising. Um, Whoever's attending will be attending. Normally we have the explorers, the police explorers. I train them to stay with the attendants and all that, but
Right,
I'll be supervising them regardless.
got
That's
you.
gonna be August 17 and 18, I believe, Saturday and
All
Sunday.
right, got you.
And as far as you coming to New York, bro, whenever you have 30 minutes, bro, I want to give you your first stick class.
Yes,
So yeah, whenever that happens, that's gonna
it
happen.
will. It will happen.
I know, I know it will.
Yeah,
But whenever
yeah,
that happens, that will happen. I will definitely
yeah.
bring it, and we'll find a place, we'll talk and teach you some stuff so we can talk while we're practicing. So what you think about
Right.
the Yankees?
Yo, the Yankees they just made me sad right now, man.
I haven't followed sports since the military, bro. The military taught me that I don't want to ruin it for anyone, but the military taught me that sports is just like any other thing, it's entertainment. And I get it,
Exactly.
but when you're from San Pedro, pelota's a different ball game for us. Pelota's a religion. Baseball is a
Yeah.
religion when you're from San Pedro because everybody plays
Exactly.
baseball over there. It's the factory
Hmm.
of the peloteros. So,
Exactly.
I stopped following all types of sports. I was a major Chicago Bull fan. I used to have posters, a copy of rings, all types of stuff. And I lost my heart of being a fan for domestic sports.
Hmm.
And I opened up my martial mind to where self defense and, you know, being guided by a form of, you know, better way of protecting yourself or your family and all that. I started thinking more about that. So I'll get more
Right.
excited of seeing a UFC fight than from seeing a basketball or seeing some football. How everybody will start
Yeah.
jumping. Ah, boxing, I'll probably be like,
Yeah.
yeah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. Yeah, hit him with that one.
Yeah.
But
Hmm.
nah, it's dead for me. If it's not about chess, martial arts, or some good old fashioned bare knuckle, I don't. It's not interesting anymore.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like on Instagram, if anything, just there's a new fighting league which is show that you got heart. So
Yeah,
check that out. You know what I mean? Shout out to the rapper the Menace from Dayton for putting that down. So we got to give
shout
him
out
the
to
shout outs
Menace.
too.
Shout out to Menace. Yeah, man.
Mhm.
Pretty much. I got all the kids staring at me. That most likely means that
I
they're
got
hungry and they
you.
want me to cook.
Got you. Like yo, you're always welcome right there. And on Friday, you, me, and Gaddafi, we're gonna go around and do this.
Yeah, bro. We're gonna chop it up like always.
Right.
Us.
Oof.
I'm gonna bow out. Blessings to everyone. Thank y'all for listening. Thank you for bearing witness. Um, may the Lord be with you.
Amen. That's it. A very special open topic to Don Armando. Check out Historias Urbanas on Friday. We're going to talk about more history. One.